Welcome to this episode of Lighting the Way. My name is Tracy. This is the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel. And today we're talking about Goose Creek's Honeybee Hollow. I did haul this candle quite a while ago and did a full lit review episode with the cold impression and first burn impression. So let's take a moment, go back in time, and re-experience my first impression of this candle. Honeybee Hollow. This is a new one from Goose Creek. Got the little honeybee at the top here. Got some daffodils, some white florals on the label. This is more of a honey colored jar. I think that's appropriate given the scent name. This one has the kind of thin, stiffer wicks, but also kind of medium in size. They're the ones that are coated in wax. Yeah, those are more ropey. Maybe those are more medium ropey. They're not the really thin ones that curl, and they're not the core. This one is wild honey, vanilla bean, and amber woods. You know, I didn't think I would like this one. I don't often like honey. Amber can be really sharp, especially I saw that woods note and was like, ugh. I like it though. It's warm. The honey comes through. It's sweet, but it's not too bright or sharp. I sometimes feel like the honey, especially like Bath and Body Works honey, it comes through with this. It's almost like it's confused about whether or not it should be sharp and bright or like ooey gooey sweet, and then it just ends up being kind of this weird combination. And this just smells like legit like wildflower honey. And I get wildflower honey quite a bit where I live here on the West Coast, and it smells like some of the stuff I've bought from my local like beekeepers. The amber is in there, but it's more of an earthy amber. It's not too sharp or too high pitched. And I feel like it helps to ground it with the vanilla bean. The vanilla bean is pretty strong, which worries me a little bit about how this will be on warm, because vanilla bean tends to not throw very well. And if I'm getting it on cold, that doesn't mean it's going to exist on warm. Yeah, again, just super well balanced. You get kind of this like sweet warmth from the vanilla. The amber's in there to tune it up just a little bit. And then the wildflower honey is just like this perfect balance of sweetness with a little bit of sharpness. Gorgeous. Another one I can't wait to burn. All right, so since then, I've spent quite a bit of time with this candle. I'm about halfway through, and I gotta tell y'all, the only reason I haven't finished this off is because I love it so much, and I am savoring it. I will also say that the Hubs is not super crazy about honey fragrances, so I also haven't been burning it around him. I've been saving it for my office space. And with being on vacation and spending time in Michigan and not being as deep into my work as an educator during the summer, I just haven't had much time to really enjoy it. However, I do have some great insights into what it's like in terms of strength and throw, how it has evolved, and then I have some burn footage, and I can show you the inside of the jar to give you some insight into burn quality. First of all, let me say that in my notes I have thrower in capital letters, and I relit this morning just to refresh my memory, and I light all my candles in my converted garage. It's right over here to my left, your right. It's a single car garage, no windows, door has been sealed off, and there's no air conditioner or heat down there, so there's no real good ventilation. I usually keep the door cracked because the cats go down there. With that door cracked, the really strong thrower candles creep out into the open concept space. And this morning I had watermelon candles lit with this in the garage, and all I was getting was this candle, Honeybee Hollow. So this is a beast. It is very strong. It is a very good thrower. If you are looking for a strong honey amber scented candle, this is going to be one for you to pick up. The amber in this is very warm in my opinion. It's a little bit resinous. This candle just in general feels deeply grounding and earthy to me. That honey that's in here is very thick and sweet. There's just a touch of brightness, I think, coming from both the amber and the honey. I smell amber and honey equally. I know some people have said they only smell the honey, and some people have said they only smell the amber. Regardless, I love it. It is a beautiful fragrance, and I get a pretty well balance between the two. I also will say that I pick up on what feels like a woody note. It does say amber woods, and it's almost like you're smelling the hollow of a tree, or like sitting in an attic with a lot of exposed wood beams, but that is very subtle. most dominant is the amber and the honey note that's in here. So I would say if you don't like honey or amber, this is not your candle. If you like either of them and you think you might like the other, I would go ahead and pick it up and give it a try. It has been burning beautifully. I haven't had any issues. There's just a little bit of wick residue around this one right over here, and that might be because I trimmed that one too short. I actually had an issue with this on the previous burn before today, where I cut it too short and it dudded out. And so just these two were kind of carrying the load of being lit. And then when I relit this, it kind of exploded a little bit of wick residue. Otherwise, it's been very clean. I haven't had issues with sooting. It hasn't been getting too hot. I haven't been getting swampy wicks. That trimming issue is mine, not the candles. And this is also really gorgeous. I'll show you in the burn footage here. It's really gorgeous when it's burning, because it illuminates, the label on the front illuminates on the wall. So if you have the label facing the wall, you kind of get these little etchings of flowers that kind of flicker and glow. It's really pretty. So overall, I highly recommend Honeybee Hollow. It is absolutely beautiful. It pairs really nicely with other honey candles. I was burning it with honeybee tea from Yankee. I was also burning it with an orange blossom candle from Goose Creek that was just a delicious combination. So it pairs well with others, and you can experiment with scent combos with this one because it is such an earthy, grounded scent that I think it goes well with other stuff that's either brighter or more floral. If you have any questions about the candle, go ahead and put those in the comments below. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. If you appreciated this Lighting the Way episode, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed. It helps to support my channel in the long run as it grows, and I really like having you around. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.